Awesome, guys. I'm Slava Birdman. I'm the chairman of the FENG Tampa chapter. And I'm here on a call with Ed Hochard, the president of Safe Money Strategies, located in Palm Bay, Florida, on the East Coast. Ed, along with Scott and Ellen, will be our panelist on February 12th. And since we're on the call, I wanted to ask him a few questions, and I thought that would give you some flavors for what to expect during the event. Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ed. How are you? Good to meet you.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. So, Ed, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
No, not at all. But I got one quick thing for you. I just dawned on me. You're from the Boston area, right?
Correct. Yes.
And so am I. So if I say get your khakis for
Yeah.
Harvard Yard, would you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. After 30 years,
Uh,
it starts to shake. It starts to
right?
shake. So, awesome, awesome. So maybe starting, and I did a little bit of a digging through your profile, and I noticed
Sure.
that you were not always in finance. I know you started out in engineering. So what motivates you to move from an engineering degree into finance?
Well, I started my education in the Northeast, obviously. I moved to Florida in midstream, wanted to continue down here. And I wasn't making enough money in Florida. So I started out part-time in the mutual fund and insurance business. And I liked it so much. Matter of fact, I fell in love with it almost immediately. And I jumped right out of engineering and right into finance. It was it was what I needed, actually. Yeah, it was perfect. Perfect fit.
Very nice. So as we go toward your sort of the financial advisory career, obviously you work with a lot of people.
Mhm.
What can you give us some examples of like the biggest financial planning mistakes that people do that you were able to help them correct?
Yeah, what happens is I'm 66, okay? And most of the people, my clients, they save money for 40 years. And I call them equity addicted, which simply means they're so used to making money in the stock market that they don't want to stop. And the mistake they make is when they get to retirement age, they need to rethink about towards safety than taking risks with their money because their time is up as far as trying to make money back from market decline. So yeah, they get equity addicted and they're just chasing returns because they don't know anything else. So safe money strategies is where it's at.
Oh my God, guilty as charged. I was literally sitting there playing with my portfolio. I have to keep thinking that your time horizon to fix your to course correct
Yeah.
shrinks with time. It does.
Yes.
You don't have 30 years. You kind of start to think shorter.
Right.
Awesome, awesome. This is
Yeah.
great. So as we think about that, maybe a good question is, you've seen it over time. You've been doing it for a while. Do you see any changes in the sort of retirement strategies now versus what you probably observed maybe 15, 20 years ago?
Well, the changes really come in from when people mature and get older and they get a little more wiser and they get a little more stingy, okay, and they're not willing to give up those big returns because when you're young, you can make up for it. So really, it's kind of baked into the cake as we get older. Naturally, we want to be more conservative with our money. So right now, because interest rates are at almost an all-time high over the last 15 years, people are chasing high returns. Like look at the popularity in CDs right now. What's going on with the CD rate over the last 6 to 9 months? So yeah, that's something that's critical in the thought process.
That's awesome. Maybe a flip coin to that, right? Uh, do you see something that people are uniquely positioned to deal with today that they've never had to deal with before, like as they approach their, 60s and what's not?
Well, here's a crazy thing. I don't want to go off too much on topic or tangent, and I want to give everything away because I want you guys to come to the meeting. But one of the biggest things, believe it or not, that will ruin you financially is long-term care. And if you don't prepare for long-term care, 97% of the population do not prepare for it. If you don't prepare for it, it could wipe you out and leave you with no money. So yeah, that's a
Oh,
problem. It's
oh
got to
my
be
God.
addressed.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping that you guys only have an hour of a presentation time on the 12th. So I'm hoping that's enough to actually open up and explain the various options with the long-term care investment product.
Sure.
Scott gave me a sneak preview, and I was so excited to hear the
It's
sort of
crazy.
the full story. So this is
You're right.
terrific.
Yeah.
Maybe just again, because we don't want to kind of replace the event information sharing. So just to wrap it up and maybe give some of your background, Save Money Strategies, right? What motivated you to start the company? to do this
It's
business?
simple. Look, when I started, we were all young baby boomers, and now that we're older, it's like we got a great generation of folks here that really need to know about safety and taking care of their money. So it dawned on me that I needed to make the transfer or make the jump from the equity world to the safe world, which is the annuity world, basically, for lack of better. So yeah, it's all about it's appropriate for people in our age bracket. And I thought there are so many folks out there that know nothing about safe money strategies, and it's just education is all it is. It's very, very easy.
No, this is
Income
awesome. And
planning, yeah.
this is awesome. Maybe as again, as we talked about the about the safe money strategies, what's what are you looking for in the future for the company? What's your plan?
All right. Well, this is kind of crazy. All right. So this is the business that I started. I have my oldest son, Chris, who's going to be with us at the event in February, licensed, and I'm training him to be like me to take the business over. I have my other son that's going to join us at the end of the year. And the whole concept is this. I train these guys to be like me to take the business over so they can train their kids to take the business over. There is so much failure in second and third generation businesses. You see it like in pizza store. Too much failure. This one here, I don't think is set up for failure. It's kind of corny, but I'd love to have my grandkids or great grandkids running safe money strategies 60, 70, 80 years from now. Sure.
This is terrific. You actually don't see as much generational transition in businesses anymore. Our friend Megan, who's been hosting us a few times,
Mhm.
deals with a lot of small business transitions. It's not common. So I think what you're
Right.
doing is very, one, admirable, and two, it is challenging. So I wish you the best of luck with it. I hope
Yeah.
it works, because I personally want to see more businesses actually continuing within the family. It
Right.
builds the credibility. It builds sort of this respect for the profession, within the
Hmm.
family. So I can't
Right.
wait to meet your son if you're going to bring him on the 12th.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
this would be terrific. So
So
go
I
ahead.
was going to say, yeah. So Slava, I mean, I'm sure you're just like me. You go into a place or a restaurant or establishment that's 2 or 3 generations old. You just get that feeling
Oh
like,
my God,
oh,
I love it. I
that's
love
what
it.
I'm
I
saying.
always
Yeah.
do it. I
Yeah.
always do it.
Yep.
Uh,
So
this is
that's kind of
terrific.
corny, but that's my hot spot right now.
It's not. I think it's very respectable, and I love it. So, Ed, this is terrific. I appreciate you help. You sharing a little bit of the sort of the background and the information. Very excited. We'll see you on February 12th at the University Club. So, for those of you listening, uh, pay attention to the location. It's the University Club of Tampa, not the same location we run the last two events. So, February 12th, 5:30. We'll see you guys there.
Here's my promise to you guys that are all looking and watching. You will have never attended any type of presentation or workshop when you come to this. I promise you, it's going to
Oh
blow
my God.
you away.
Ed, what are you doing? We're supposed to keep the expectations low. You're blowing us. We gotta
No,
really, now we have to perform. Now that
that's
better
right.
be a good
That's
event.
what I want. That's what I want. Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go,
Awesome.
baby.
We'll see everybody on the 12th.
All right. Thank you, Slava.